Hello, Jean. Thank you very much for your work. This is my feedback. This is starting to look a lot better. Fantastic. So thank you. My first feedback is for the ones and zeros. For the, is it 220 by 300 image? Make this group a lot bigger and center it. And then remove this slash here, this black slash, and remove this black ball. And make this black ball bigger and bring it up to the top so that this chain is actually going out of the top, so it looks like the black ball is swinging in from the side. So make those changes. Make this bigger and center it, and remove this black line and black ball, and bring this ball and chain further up so that the chain is actually touching the top, and it looks like the ball is swinging in. For this 220 by 300, we're getting some overlap on the sides here, so kind of bring these down a little bit. There's a bit of room down here, so bring this down, bring this down, bring this down, and bring this. You can shrink this and bring it down so that there's some padding around the sides. Please do that. The 8 is good. 7 is good. The 6 is good. The 5 is good. Bring these down just a little bit. There's a lot less space up here than there is between here and here, so bring these down to, let's say, the middle of this cloud here. Bring these down a little bit. 1 is good. Big basket, bring the big basket up a little bit. There's too much padding here versus here. Let's do that. Bring the purple car up a little bit and the tent up a little bit so that and maybe decrease the amount of space in here slightly so that it's not flirting with the text so much. Good. The tricycle. Put the tricycle in here as well. I think you have a links to an image to do that, so put the tricycle in here. There should be a transparent background PNG of the tricycle. Put the tricycle in there. And move this checkbox, this green circle, up a little bit so that it's even with the middle of this box. And that should be good there. I liked how you played with the angles. I really like this. This is good. Excellent. Now let's check in here. I think I mentioned last time, make these, not the number bar, but make this thing bigger here so that maybe we can see a little more of these images. You could bring the number bar down a little bit if that means that with more space you get to see more of these images. Please do that. Let's see here. This is good. See if you can move the golf club over and the hat over. Just make sure that these are equally spaced. And maybe shrink these images just a little bit, only a little bit, so that there's room for some padding and it doesn't, there's a bit more space around the outside. But not too much. You could even increase the size of the question mark greatly and the equal sign by a little bit so that the question mark and the equal sign are above these images here, or on top of them. Yeah, but for sure, make sure that there's some padding around here because right now there's a lot of space in between here and here, but not so much space in between these. And it's touching the outsides right now. Let's see here. That is good. Maybe move the tent up to the top left and the car over to the bottom right and make them each a little bit bigger. So the tent with the equal sign to the top left and the car with the equal sign to the bottom right, make them each a little bit larger. That's good. The equal sign down a little bit, it's not really centered. Center the equal sign on the page, just like the The Big Basket Store is centered. Golden Tree is good. Golden Tree is good. This is good. I want you to do this for the image that's in here. So have the twins come up to the top here, and then have it be boxing glove times boxing glove equals on the bottom. So twins up here, and then boxing glove times boxing glove equals down here, just like it appears here. See, twins up top, and then boxing glove times boxing glove equals. You did a great job here. That's good. I will ask you to center these. Right now there's a lot more padding up here than there is down here. So move these down slightly. Move all of these down slightly. Great. 5-star school. Make this 5-star school slightly smaller. Right now it's really encroaching on here. That, or move it up and over to the right a little bit, but just so it's a little bit more centered. Pardon me. Reduce the size of the equal sign here, and then make sure that it's centered in between the widths of the end of the board and the right side of the page. Please do that. That's good. Make this equal sign smaller and move this 8 over to the right a little bit. There should be a little more padding on the sides here. Like I mentioned in the tall 330 by 200 image, you can pull these down a little bit so that there's equal padding on the top and the bottom, and feel free to decrease the size of this square a little bit if that means that if you need to do that to fit everything in. So everything should fit within the margins, and there should be some padding around the outside. This image, much like with the tall 330 by 200 image, get rid of the black slash, get rid of this black dangling ball, and make this ball and chain much larger, and move it up so that the chain is actually on the top of the image, so it looks like the ball is swinging in. And then make these images a lot larger and push them in more to the center of the page so that there's some padding around the outside. Because right now the boy's touching the far right, and that's no good. And that concludes my feedback. I think after that round we should be all done. So thank you again, John, and that is my feedback. Thank you.